What's going on? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Apex Vision TV. Today we are at the Arizona International Auto Show. I had a friend tell me about this a few years ago, but we finally made it here this year. What do you think so far walking down, Dom?
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty dope. It's cool to see a lot of new cars, and the admission was like pretty cheap. What do we pay, like 10, 11 bucks?
Yeah.
So that's super dope. They got some test drives we're gonna check out. We just came past these Bentley GT. I don't think that's a Wraith, but maybe I'm tripping. And there's a Bentayga over here too.
We got a Ferrari over there, another one.
It's some crazy stuff down here.
There's a lot of stuff out here. We're gonna put together a few episodes. I'm gonna say 4 at the least, because they have test drives, they got a motion sensor. We're gonna get Keon on camera. They got, man, it's a lot going on. So let's walk up in here and get. All right, so we always show love to Hyundai. One cool thing, they have the racing sim right there, of course, but they got all these trophies out here on display. Man, Dom, hey Dom, so Hyundai is growing, man. What you think? How you think they're gonna be in the next 10 years? You think they're gonna be like #1 selling, or what you think about it?
I don't know if they would get that. I mean, because you still got Toyota and Volkswagen. That's like, those are empires. That's almost impossible to tackle. But I think what Hyundai, I think we already talked about it in the Sonata video, but what Hyundai and Kia is doing is they're making major moves. They're stirring things up. I think they definitely getting the younger crowd into it. They got like a lot of sportier cars. Me and Keon was just talking about the Telluride, which the other SUV is the Palisade. They got the whole, the Genesis line now.
Yeah, the Genesis lineup.
I mean,
they're trying to move up market with that Genesis, man.
To me, it's like they're almost, they're trying to mimic kind of like a small Benz following, because now they got the N Performance.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing. I will say I always feel like the Kias look a little better than the Hyundais for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure like who decides that in the design department. But as you can see, they're obviously doing the right things and moving in the right direction.
They're going in the right direction for sure. A lot of people gave them flack back in the day. I remember like the Tribune was something that we made fun of, but now you see where they're going. I just had to comment on the trophy rack.
What's going on, everybody? So one car that just was standing out to me, Dave is actually waiting in line to get on the sim chair. But this new 2020 Hyundai Sonata, fire. Like, Hyundai really been doing this thing. Obviously, Hyundai and Kia are one and the same. I'll be honest, usually Kia has the better looking cars. Of course, Hyundai now has like its Genesis line. That's like a totally separate thing. But me and Keon were checking out this Sonata, and it's pretty fire, I'm not gonna lie. It starts at $23,000 on the base. One thing that really stood out to us was this like swooping line that comes in. It's a lighted line that matches up with the driver light. Man, this thing is clean. They got like the Nardo gray look on it with the black accents. And we come around here, kind of got like a stainless charcoal wheel going on. I think they're really being really tasteful with things now. Reaching out to the younger crowd. Obviously back in the day, no one was really caring about Hyundai and Kia, but this thing is dope. Come around here. Unlike Hyundai of the old, you actually got like a lot of soft touch stuff. It's just kind of like the soft vinyl type stuff. Interior is clean. They even got suede on the seats. That's cold. Got the trim, the red trim on here. I don't know which trim this is actually, but has the bows. It's a good, well put together car. As me and Keon were saying, it starts at $23,000 for the very, very base, but it only goes up to about 30. Then of course you got options. Let's go ahead and swing around here a little bit. Another thing that really stood out to me, they kind of put these like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's kind of like some airplane bump type things on the lights in the back. I love this swoop that's like built into the trunk. So you kind of have like a spoiler, but it's all built into one. And then the one thing that we kind of had a gripe about as Keon swings back, we're not sure how we feel about the exhaust. It's clean, but it's almost like stands out too much. Like we thought something that would be cool is if they would have put it in the middle, or just went ahead and did the dual pipes. But Yeah, we're gonna keep giving you guys this content, but 2020 Hyundai.
All right, so where we at, bro?
So now we're in the Kia section of things. I know we kind of went over Hyundai a little earlier. Hopefully that footage is good. We got some of the smaller economy type cars, the Fortes. But the car that I'm really impressed with is gonna be this Cadenza, which is kind of like a bigger Sonata. I'm not really sure what segment that is. I think that's probably like the G90. And then you got the K900 right here, which is basically the Genesis. This thing's clean. Check this thing out.
Man, the interior is crazy.
The interior is fire.
I really like this peanut butter. I really like this peanut butter look. What motor does this have?
Oh, good question. I'm assuming they all share with the Hyundais, right?
I couldn't tell you.
I'll be right back to you, David. Hold on. So let's check out here. This is K900. This is going to be a 3.3 liter V6 twin turbo.
Okay, so this has the same motor as the Stinger. I'm actually wondering if they make a higher end version, but honestly, of all the cars we've sat in so far, we shit on the Infinity, but we sat in. What else did we sit in?
Well, the LC was like the best interior we've seen.
Besides the LC, that's the exception. I mean, this could be close to it in price range, but this interior is immaculate.
Yeah, this looks so good.
This is,
and you guys kind of got to remember, this is Kia we're talking about. Like Kia and Hyundai, or Hyundai,
they got the little shifter, which
stepped it up like to another level now.
Big time. I like this wood grain looking material right here.
I like the soft touch steering wheel all around.
Soft leather. You got the USB. You got your cup holders right here. Man, let me see it real quick.
I got you.
This watch. This
yeah, got the clock in there.
I got the clock. This opens up to show more room. I'm not gonna break it.
No.
I'm not gonna break it.
We ain't gonna know how to open it.
This opens up somehow.
Right here in the front.
Oh, look at that. So it's really nice, man.
Let's check out this back seat real quick. Oh man, the back seat is crazy.
This easily has the best interior. This might be my favorite interior here besides the Lexus, bro.
I mean, you got the, the normal sunshades, which is already dope as it is. But look at this.
Oh man.
So the rear seat package. You can go ahead and adjust everything. The car is off right now, but man.
Good afternoon, Phoenix. My name is Carlos. I'd like to welcome you to the Kia display. Lots of exciting things going on here at Kia.
I like this wood grain. I like the color, man. This is a knockout for sure.
V6, 291 horsepower, up to 5,000 pounds in towing.
I had kind of told David I was really excited to see what Kia brought. I think he sees now that K900.
I am a fan of that.
Economic is starting at 31,000.
At a certain, everybody used to rag on Kia, Hyundai, but I will tell you, I thought Hyundai was winning between the nice ones we've sat in. I really like that.
Yeah, that K900 is nasty. Let me see what that base price is real quick. So this one is 65 out the door. I mean, to be honest, I think you get a lot of car for 65.
And the thing is, you're not getting that motor and that nice of an interior on another car. With the competitors,
yeah, for that same
the
price.
advantage, this has, yes, it's 65. No, that is not cheap, but if you pay 65 for even, let's say, a Cadillac or a Benz or something along those lines, you're going to have a 2-liter turbo. This is a twin turbo V6. That is plenty of motor. I don't know about the tuning potential, but I'm sure there's just a plug-in turbo car. It's easy, but that's enough. I really like that.
Yeah, let me get a little sweep around, y'all.
And 2 new features that we've never offered with the Kia before. We are going to
So as much as I love the Genesis, the G70, 80, 90,
and as you're driving,
I think this is probably my favorite out of all the Hyundai Kia family. family.
And as well as
you can hear the gentleman talking about the Telluride here.
I can just push one button. It's going to cut off the speakers to the back.
Me and Keon absolutely love the Telluride.
And if they're watching a movie or something on an iPad back there, they don't need to have earphones on. That way everyone can participate what's going on in the vehicle.
Let's sweep around here. So we have the K900. This is the little brother, the Cadenza, which like I said, I think is like a bigger Optima. And then you have the Stinger.
That's front-wheel drive too, bro.
So what we're doing now is,
twin turbo V6.
This just comes with a 3.3 V6, no turbo.
8-speed automatic.
What most dealerships are going to be able to get that Telluride too.
And you can notice here, you know, not quite as nice as the K900, but you got the quilted seats. Very similar interior.
Screen's not as big, but
I mean, I'm highly impressed with what Kia and Hyundai has done over the past, what, 5 years?
yeah, it seemed like Genesis Coupe, the older one, the one my buddy Daryl has.
Are you talking about the Tiburon replacement?
Yes, the rear-wheel drive Tiburon replacement. From there, you know, that got people's attention, and then just like out of nowhere, at least to me, 'cause they didn't have my attention like that, you know. I seen the Genesis like, oh yeah, it's, you know, it's just a Genesis, a Hyundai. But now it's like them and Kia, especially, they jumping up in that luxury class, man.
I think this is a 2019 Optima, but I believe it's being refreshed for 2020. Oh, I'm mistaken. This is a 2020. I believe a new Optima will come with the Sonata here pretty soon. Of course, everyone. No, I'm glad. Of course, everyone's kind of seen the normal Kia Optima. This was like Kia's This was its coming out party. Was with the new Optima. I believe it came out in 13 or 14.
Yeah.
But can't wait to see that refresh. Let's go ahead and get over to some of these other brands and see what's going on, David.
And it's hard not to keep drooling at this V8. Yeah, man. You know, people always supercharge the LSs and the LT4s, and so I'm just as curious to see what they do, what the tuners do with the base model, as I am with the race model and the ZR1. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, man. That is a huge deal, man. So
let's go ahead and check out some of them foreign cars. Let's head over to Benz, Audi, things like that.
Camaro.
SS.
So what's this right here, D?
So we are sitting in Genesis right now. Couldn't tell you which one. The big one's over there, but the interior on here. And we were just showing Hyundai some love earlier. This is their Genesis brand. So the Genesis brand is the more performance division, the more luxury, more performance. But I believe this one has a 5.0 V8, or I think that one does. But I like this carbon fiber weave, even if it's not real carbon fiber. It's soft to touch. I like the old-fashioned clock. Let me see the camera. I like this old-fashioned clock, man. Got the leather steering wheel. Man.
So like we was talking about before, so this is actually the G80. The smaller joint right here is the G70. I don't know if it's necessarily smaller, but and then the big boy over there is the G90, which the G90 is fire after I looked at it a little bit more. But like Keon was saying, those wheels are, I'm not feeling the wheels, but I understand why they put those there. But they kind of was going for like a Maybach feel.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, it definitely makes the car look like it's for, you know, the older crowd. But let's go ahead and walk around here. I ain't gonna lie, it's more fire. Yo, the interior in here is cold.
Crazy.
So what you think, Dave? You think this will compete with the S-Class and the BMW 7 Series?
Look at this, look at that.
I think it's a good alternative.
Look at the hyper detail on that.
I don't know how I feel about the grill. It looks all right.
It looks kind of better in person than when I seen it in the video, but it is gargantuan.
It is massive,
but it just looks like a lot of empty space down here. But
yeah. I mean, it's letting that air in already.
Yeah, cooling off that V8. 365 horsepower. You don't like the wheels either?
Oh, that kills the whole thing.
Nope, none of us in the group are feeling the wheels, man.
All right, y'all, so we came from the Hyundai area, and Kia actually has its own area now. So like I said before, I mean, besides that Hyundai Sonata, I always like the Kias a little bit better just design wise. This Kia Cadenza is super clean. I'm very impressed with what Kia's been doing lately. This new Cadenza is super clean. They just always been very well put together as of lately, starting with the newish Optima. I know a new Optima's coming with the Sonata, but I think it started with that like 2014 Optima. I love it. Here you kind of have the Fortes, the little cars. Even these look pretty good for, you know, budget economy vehicles. Of course, you got the Stinger over there, but I think the star of the show is this K900, which is basically going to be the Genesis, the Kia version of the Genesis. Super clean, big body. Again, I may actually like the Kia a little bit better. I mean, Genesis is super clean too. Then the other star of the show that Kia brought out today is a Telluride. So this is going to be the same variant of the Hyundai Palisade. Keon, he already said how he feels about it. We both really love this car. As of lately, Kia really hasn't been doing any wrong. I mean, they always try to make improvements. They really seem to listen to their fan base. And I mean, just look at it. The color is clean. Headlights is clean. I mean, I don't know what the base price of this is. I'll check it out in a minute, but it's definitely punching up to some of the nicer SUVs.
Yeah, definitely.